Hi, and this is Behruz Fallahi, and I am preparing this video to report my progress on SAMS 2000 plot utility. To start the SAMS 2000 plot utility, one needs to double click on the executable file for the program, which is going to be provided to you in the future once the project is done. When this is done, then a window will be open. I call it portal, and basically that's the starting point. And there are several basic tasks that can be done. You can load a spline file, or you can load a CNT file. The CNT file is a text file that is generated by SAM when you run an unsuspended wheel set with the user defined subroutines. And I have included a number of write statements so that SAMs print out the data that I need for this task. So what I'm going to do is now to load such a file. So once I click on load CNT file, this file is getting open, and you can navigate through the directory structure of your PC until you get to the directory where you have the CNT file that you are interested, and then click open. So at this point, the program has read your data. Then I click on the new SAMS plot utility model, and here I can generate 4 different models, and by default I set it to plots, and that's where I can generate the plots. Here I can give it let's say a name. Let's say I wanted to call it my plot. But you can give it a name which is more descriptive for the project that you are working on. Then click on OK. And then another window, let's say, is generated. And this window is the interface where the user can specify the type of plots that it wants to generate. Now the user needs to follow a number of steps in order to generate the plot type. First, it needs to import the data file into this module. Remember that the program is structured in such a way that you can import as many CNT files as you wish. So here is a chance of bringing the ones that you wanted to use to generate the plots. Since I have only imported one file, only one file is listed. So by selecting it, then the data is loaded to this module. And then in order to specify the plot type, the user has to give 3 types of information. The first one is what type of a plot. And these are the options that I have included here. It could be y or the z coordinate of the contact point. It could be angle, contact angle, or it could be roller radius difference, or it could be canonicity of the wheel set that is you are investigating. And this quantity will be plotted against the transverse displacement of the wheel set. Here I call it wheel set y. In the future, I'm going to work out so that it looks nicer than this. So to demonstrate what the program can do, let's select the y coordinate. I wanted to select the y coordinate of the contact point versus the y displacement of the wheel set. Then the user should specify that whether this quantity is for the first contact point or the second contact point. The user can do that by selecting the appropriate radio button. Then the user should say whether this is for right or the left wheel or rail. So by selecting the appropriate radio button, he can switch to the right or the left. Then he has to say whether this is for the wheel or whether it is for the rail. And then once this selection is done, simply the user can click on the plot, and the plot is generated. I decided to have the plots as point plots, and my reasoning was that since there is going to be the sections where maybe there is no contact point, especially for the second point of contact, so it's better not to connect them. In this case, since there are very many contact points, and so that's why they looks that they are connected. But actually I'm using the point plot. I'm going to closing this window. So if I wanted to have the this plot, let's say for the wheel, I can select the wheel and I can say click on the plot. So this is going to be for the y coordinate, for the first contact, for the right wheel. Okay. Now let's say if I wanted to have for the left wheel, so I can switch to the left, select the left, and then click on the plot. So this is going to be the contact, the y coordinate of the contact point for the left wheel. Now if I wanted to have the contact angle, so I can choose that. Then I can say let's say whether it is for the wheel, and let's say this is for the left wheel. Then I can say the plot, and this is going to be the contact angle for the left wheel. Now I also included this control button, that if I wanted to go back to the portal, the SAMD user portal, to load more files, let's say I can from this module, let's say I can do it. This is the end of my presentation. There is more work needs to be done, as there are still some bugs, and once I have worked on those bugs, I will share the program with you, so that you tested it, and then also interact with you, so that the feel and the way that the user, let's say, interacted become more to the liking of the people that hopefully will use this program. You have a nice day.